Well, let's focus on governance and education. And the Ashanti region has been ranked the most corrupt when it comes to the delivery of education and health services. This is according to the latest CERN Ghana study, which deals with the cost and impact of corruption on these two sectors in Ghana. Ifwa Evans Chinri reports.
Study, more people are paying and receiving bribes to access health and education in Ghana. The situation is worst in the Ashanti region, which recorded 85% frequency of bribe payments in the country. The study further revealed that half of all Ghanaians have either accepted or paid bribes in the education and health sectors, with lower income earners also paying more bribes to access health and education in the country. The study, which covered 49 districts selected from all 10 regions of the country, sampled the views of some 5,000 Ghanaians. Speaking to JoyNews after the launch of the report, Country Director of CERN Ghana, George Osei-Bimpe, singled the senior high school selection and placement system as a major conduit for corruption and demanded its urgent review.
We have identified certain processes in the health and education sectors that lent itself to acts of corruption. So, for example, if you look at the way we admit students into schools, there is a problem with that, especially in the case of the school selection and placement system, whereby people have been found to be manipulating the system. And so that is an area that government, needs to pay attention to.
He also asked government to intervene and ensure that essential services such as access to ambulances are made free.
In the management of ambulance, we have discussed that here, that people are ripping patients off because of the way we are managing it. Can we consider a way of making ambulance services free, but making it free in a way that citizens pay for it indirectly, not the way that we have been giving freebies that doesn't allow for efficient service delivery. So these are some of the practical steps that government can take so that services can be provided in the education and health sectors without citizens, especially the poor, having to dispense with their disposable incomes.
Accra is cleaner, and that's according to the Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Mohammed Ajay Sowa, said this when he addressed congregants of the Church of Pentecost on Thursday. It was the launch of the church's environmental care campaign, which seeks to mobilize its 2.6 million members across Ghana to help clean every part of the country they find themselves. The campaign is also supported by waste management firm Zoom Lion and the Pan-African bank EcoBank. Well, Nancy Emefa Jiradosi was there and is bringing us the latest.
2.6 million sanitation campaigners, 500 bins, $10 million EcoBank cash support, and an ambitious recycling plan to keep the country clean. The Church of Pentecost, headed by the chairman, Apostle Eric Nyamiche, noted that the church had a significant contribution to a cleaner city.
Also seeks to educate our members and the general public on the existing environmental bylaws. Additionally, we have produced 300,000 brochures on environmental care to be used in the public education. We are confident that the upcoming endeavor will bring to bear on the general public the need to consciously collaborate with governments, law enforcement agencies, and waste management companies to ensure clean and healthy environment.
The CEO of Jospon Group of Companies, Joseph Sianwe Japon, charged government to view waste as a natural resource which has the capabilities of generating wealth, just like cocoa and crude oil.
Dubai took waste management as very serious. Today, look at their country, a desert, but very beautiful. Mauritius, Kigali, everybody's going there. When you take it as a serious resource, and you see, there's nothing called waste. From what you generate, everything can be recycled and turned over. And when the minister said about it, so it's a resource. So take care of it. So I don't want to term it as waste so that your mind tells to throwing it off, but as a value and as one of your natural resources God has given you. take care of it.
The mayor of Accra, Mohammed J. Sowa, proudly touted that Accra is cleaner now than 2 years ago.
We came to meet in Accra over 40 heaps of refuse-sized mountains of refuse. Today in Accra, we have cleared more than 35 of them, and you cannot see the huge mountains of refuse in Accra that it used to be before His Excellency the President was made the president of this country.
His statement was, however, greeted with murmurs. After the event, we went to the street to find out if Accra was indeed cleaner.
It's poto. Dirty and dirty. Look the road. You go disappointing me. Why? 2020, you go see Bobo.
I'm not sure Accra is clean because you could see that Kaneshi, there's a lot of scent here. There's a lot of dirt also here. Bola is everywhere.
It's not true. I don't think so because still there are rubbish around. As you can see, there are still rubbish and everything around.
Meanwhile, Sanitation's minister has hinted her ministry is engaging industry players on the possibility of banning plastics. Nancy Emefa-Jadosi, JoyNews.
Interesting. Well, let's move on. Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayokobotwe has said Ghana is looking forward to opening more diplomatic missions abroad to strengthen the country's relations with its neighbors. Well, she made this known at an interactive session with regional deans of the diplomatic corps and the chairperson of the ECOWAS group of ambassadors in Ghana.
In 2019, we hope to continue our efforts to deepen our bilateral ties with countries in the Americas and the Caribbean. In this regard, we are working to establish a resident diplomatic mission in Mexico. Ghana is also hoping to finalize arrangements to apply for observer status of the Pacific Alliance. We believe that these initiatives will enhance Ghana's presence and visibility on the continent. Close of the year, His Excellency President Akufo-Addo will be visiting Japan to consolidate our gains in the region. In 2019, we will be engaging more countries in the region, including South Korea and Singapore, to explore further areas of cooperation.
And she continued, the opening of border posts between Ghana and some other African countries will help speed up the free trade movement agreement ECOWAS is seeking to enforce in the region.
The opening and operationalization of the Nuepe-Akanu joint border post and other similar one-stop shop border posts within the region should further promote our quest for free movement of goods, services, and persons, as well as the creation of jobs within the region.
Away from that event, the Ministry of Information says it will intensify its focus on the performance of state-owned enterprises and agencies in the upcoming 5th National Policy Summit. Addressing the media at the launch of the 5th National Policy Summit, the Deputy Minister of Information, Nana Ama Dokuya Isiameje, disclosed that the two-day summit, which is held every quarter, will this year provide a platform for the Ministry of Information to explain government policies, plans and activities to Ghanaians and solicit feedback from the public for policy refinement. We'll bring you the latest report by Joshua Smith.
Over the years, the Ministry of Information has organized 4 different summits which tackled various issues in the various sectors of the economy. Speaking at the launch, Deputy Minister of Information Nana Dokuya Isiameje stated this year's summit will focus on the productivity of state-owned institutions and agencies.
It is in this regard that the Ministry of Information, in accordance with its mandate to disseminate information on government policies, plans and programs, is organizing the 5th National Policy Summit. This time, the summit will focus on the performance of state-owned enterprises and agencies on the theme, improving performance in state-owned enterprises and agencies. The two-day summit is held every quarter and provides a platform for explaining government policies, plans, and activities to the citizenry, and also to collect feedback for policy refinement.
Chief Operating Officer of Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, Benjamin Amenuame, encouraged the general public and private sector to participate in the upcoming summit to help improve the performance of the state-owned institutions and agencies.
We therefore believe and encourage the general public, the private sector, including banks and other specialized deposit-taking institutions, friends of the media, to actively participate in these discussions so that together we can come together with clear plans and strategy that will improve the performance of the state-owned institutions and agencies. We therefore humbly encourage all of you to come to Takoradi to witness a successful national policy summit.
This year's 5th National Policy Summit, which will be attended by various chief executives and heads of selected state institutions, it is under the theme Improving Performance in State-Owned Enterprises and Agencies, and will be held under the distinguished patronage of Senior Minister Yao Osafo-Maafo. Joshua Smith reports for JoyNews.
And we'll have to end the news on a tragic note. A resident of Abokobi, Elias Ojo Ajete, was shot in the head by the police on May 25, 2018, sending the bullet from one side of his face to the other. But against all odds, he survived to tell his story. I'll bring you an excerpt of his story put together in a hotline documentary titled As If We Weren't Human, which is next Monday, November 26, 2018.
Just like you. Next stop, Abokobi Akpoman in Accra. Just like you, just like you. Elias Ojo Ajete Anum nearly died May 25, 2018. He survived gunshot through his head. Currently, he is paralyzed and cannot speak clearly. So his wife, Deborah, narrates his story. She said Elias had a disturbance in the community, so he went there to find out. Her husband discovered that the police had arrested their relative, so he tried to plead with them. The bullet penetrated one side and went through the other.
Guys, I come ba bola keshi I shoot to in but like well I'm a fan of me yo akucho come me secondly when a sister na kele chombo picture me a husband honey wo ke ya bia keshi minisane ke like sane ko no pa ye mam when I sort sane out but I'm a bullet we Mofia mo crying via cashew, no pay a mammy can but I don't know the reason why I can le penny. He might no make a gun and shoot to ele. Now at least for about shoot to pony shoot to an annual hiko, but Nami shoot to each.
Elias tried to manage some few words.
Okay, yes, I can. Devi Sakala, I said, dear, so I make it in the nation. It's all when they show into an amount no more. I report there. I want no more.
His family and opinion leaders say they have reported the case to the police, but nothing has been done about it. It has been 6 months and counting.
Oh, sad there. But the full documentary, As If We Weren't Human, will be airing right on this channel on Monday, November 28th. So please do make a date. But we have many other things for you to also be watching us right here for. And so please make sure that you get interactive. Facebook JoyNews on TV. We also have a channel on YouTube, My Joy Online TV. And please, let's hear from you on all those platforms. Quite sad, that story. But we have to bring the latest news headlines as we review the newspapers. And after that, the Benedict also will be here with the latest sports stories. Stay with us.